ladies and gentlemen. So, big news from the Frankfurt Motor Show this week is of this new touring package for the 991 Generation 2 GT3. The whole story has just like littered my Facebook feed for the past couple of days. A few people have dropped me a line on Instagram as well, asking a few questions about it. So I thought I would stop at the roadside in the wonderful New Forest and just do a quick video really and discuss my reaction to it. I've also spoken with a couple of specialists as well from the industry, so hopefully if you guys have any questions in your head regarding this new pack, I'm hoping over the next couple of minutes it's going to answer it for you. So what do we know about this touring pack first of all? It's a pack, it's not a new car, so there is no new car, there is no new GT3. It's a no cost option for those who are lucky enough to be getting a new Gen 2 GT3. The touring pack means you have a flat back deck lid, there is no fixed rear wing. You have to have spec'd a manual gearbox, which is, as we know, is the 6-speed manual gearbox carried over from the 911R. It's slightly softer. Identifiable, apart from that flat back design, is silver trim that's going to go around the windows, although confusingly you can also spec black, which is a no-cost option. Anyway, what do I think of the car? I think it's really good news for Porsche, first of all, for the main reason it shows they listen to their customers. When the Gen 1 GT3 was announced as PDK only, there was minor uproar. Porsche relented after then releasing the RS, which was PDK only. They brought out the 911R. Now that had that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful 6-speed manual gearbox. Then customers said, great, really appreciate that you've done that, but this is for a limited edition car. Why don't you put it in the GT3 again? So for the Gen 2 car, Porsche have done. They've said a manual shifter will go back in a GT3, and then a few people have said, well, what about something that's not as uncompromising as GT3 in track spec? So there we go, there's a GT3 Touring. Can't say fairer than that. Now it's good news for enthusiasts as well, because the timing of this is really, really interesting. Porsche has announced this touring package at exactly the same time as first deliveries of the GT3 Club Sport are being delivered. Now I think that's really interesting because there are some people that have been very fortunate to get on the list for a GT3, tried to flip them very quickly for a high premium. Now, to those people who aren't enthusiasts, by the way, they're just chancers trying to make a quick buck, this car has pissed on their fireworks a little bit, because there is no doubt that the flatback GT3 Touring holds more of an intrigue to collectors. So hopefully that will pull down values on this ballooning Gen 2 GT3 market, and the guys that missed out on these GT3s are able to buy them for track use at a sensible price. Brilliant. That's just my opinion in any case. It's always good to get more as well, and it's for that reason I've spoken to, first of all, Mr. Mark Sumpter, who's the proprietor at independent Porsche specialist Paragon GB. GT3 Touring was obviously announced this week. Yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
I think it's going to be really, really popular. So it probably won't be the true collector's car. It'll be the person that wanted an R but actually wants to use a car.
It's got the same chassis or shell as an R, it's got the same gearbox as the R, it's got the same power as the R. Do you think there's going to be much of a difference between the two?
No, I mean it looks like it's probably going to upset some people that have paid a massive premium for an R. You know, I mean if you bought an R and you were the lucky guy to get one for list price, it won't matter.
Yeah, so what do you think, I know you've touched on it, but what do you think the GT3 will do for values of the R?
So I think an R will be, you know, probably a £250,000 car, which is 100,000 over list, which is sort of okay, isn't it, if you paid list? Yeah, but not so good if you paid 450,000 for one.
All right, Mark, happy days.
Thanks
for
very much.
your opinion as always.
Great
much
to see
appreciated.
You. Cheers.
Happy days.
Thank you.
Now they're the valued opinions of someone I really rate within the industry, but it's always good to have the opinions of someone who's within the Porsche network as well. For that I've turned to my friend Mark Elgar, who's the senior sales exec at Porsche Centre Portsmouth. I've called in because the GT3 Touring has just been announced, and I want to know what your take on the car is.
Yeah, no worries. We've been talking about it in the office obviously all day. There's a really mixed bag. A lot of us, I'm included, think if it's going to be GT3 then keep it as a GT3. As a GT car, it needs to look like a GT car.
So big wing,
it needs to be extreme. Still, yeah. Keep the Alcantara, keep it as it was always designed to look. The other half of us, and we've been arguing about this all the time, is for the customers that perhaps like to use their car as a road trip car more than a track thing, and they're going to use it on a day-to-day basis. They love the idea of the car, but they don't necessarily like the idea of it being too brash and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so more discreet,
yeah,
understated.
It might work really well. Off the back of 911R, that understated look has become kind of really fashionable. We had a lot of customers ordering Carreras, Carreras and stuff, and perhaps just tinkering with them a bit to give it that little kind of R difference, if you like.
Touch,
Yeah, really mixed bag. Out of the cars that we've got and the customers that have ordered them, no one's decided to change it to Touring Pack.
Really?
Which is
That's interesting. Yeah, I thought they'd have gone for that.
So 6 lucky customers at Porsche Portsmouth, all of them keeping with the standard GT3.
Yeah. So do those guys know that the Touring, they knew there was a Touring option before it was announced a couple of days ago? I suppose they'd have to.
Yeah, most of us have got the kind of inkling through the kind of spy shots, that kind of stuff, that there was something that was coming. What we didn't know until yesterday was whether, is it going to be another car? Is it going to be an option on the current car?
I see, yeah.
Are they going to run more cars with that option against it? But it's just an option pack available to customers that have already got GT3 orders.
Cool, okay, that's good you've clarified that. That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
So has the announcement of the Touring pack spiked interest in the GT3 again? I have your phone's been going mental.
Yeah, so for the last couple of days we've been kind of proactively revisiting the customers that have already got cars on order. Likewise, the kind of all the rumour mill starts again. There's going to be another batch of cars. Is there going to be another model? So we had lots of emails again, lots of phone calls again. Can I get one of these? What's the deal? How much is it? When can I get one? As always.
Yeah. Well, it's ironic we're sitting next to an R.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
This is number 120, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
So, what do you think the GT3 Touring is going to do for values of this beauty?
Again, we've obviously been talking about that as well. I don't know. For me, I think the 911R is so special that it's gonna retain its value. There were so few of them.
Yeah.
The first car back with the 6-speed manual box. And I know we're going to replicate it now with GT3 Touring, but is it the same? And I'm sure there are going to be a few customers that go Touring and go stripes and do the whole replica thing, but
probably those who were bitter because they didn't get one of these in the
first place.
It'll
be exactly that.
Magic. All right, happy days. Look, Mark, I know it's past the end of the day, so appreciate you hanging on and having a chat with us as always. Appreciate your time today.
No problem.
Nice one, buddy.
Thanks, Lee. Good to see you.
Thank you. Yeah, likewise. Thank you.
So there we go. I hope that kind of sheds a little bit of light on the situation and informed you guys. What have we learned from what we didn't know 10 minutes ago? To confirm, it's a pack, it's not a car. It's not going to be limited numbers, so 911R owners, stop panicking. And those who are getting a Touring have already been offered it and have already accepted or declined it. So if you're ringing up Porsche centres, sorry to say, but it's a waste of time. That's about it from me. Actually, no, before I go, I just want to say thank you so much for all of the feedback I've got so far. Like, honestly, I am bowled away by the positive feedback and kind comments that you guys are giving me. This is great. I'm just doing this as a little something extra in my spare time, and I'm just so grateful for how well it's been received so far. So thank you, keep watching, loads coming up, and that's it. I'll see you soon.